Good.
Hi everyone, I'm Sam. I'm from the College of Engineering. This is Amanda. She's a sophomore in the business school. This is Natalie. She's from the College of LS&A, and this is Candace, and she's in the School of Public Policy. And today, before we get started, I just want us to take a quick look at the names and the logos on the screen. Hopefully you've identified some of them. Kind of get us. And why they're up there is because I want us to think about why we're all here at 10 a.m. in the morning. Right? We're here because we believe that we can make an impact in the lives of people. Right? All of us are here because we're trying to impact some sort of change in people who don't have resources, maybe financially, maybe in their environment, maybe even human resources. They're lacking in some way. And we believe that we can make an impact in the lives of these people. And not only that, we believe that we can make an impact through entrepreneurship. And that's why we're all here today. So that we can empower people, so that we can impact the lives of people through entrepreneurship. And that's why after our team, after we folded in the middle of the semester, we reformed as entrePower because we believe that we can bring change, we can empower people, marginalize people through small business entrepreneurship. And so the first group of people that we'll be targeting are those people who have served their time in prison, who are coming back and trying to reintegrate into society, but are finding difficulty. We found that during our observations and our secondary research that Washtenaw County, right here in Ann Arbor, has the highest recidivism rate in all of Michigan. Recidivism is a big word for people who get out of prison, who go back into prison. And that rate is as high as 75%. That means every 10 people that come out of prison, 7 to 8 of them are going back into prison. And that's a huge problem. And the second group of people we're focusing on are homeless people. And to be honest, Ann Arbor has great homeless services, actually, top notch. But the problem isn't that there are no services available. The problem is that the problem of homelessness is growing. We've seen in recent years up to a 46% increase in homelessness. So the people are there working on the problem, but the problem is growing. And so we feel that these are also people that we can serve through small business entrepreneurship. And so together, our team decided to solve all these problems, or at least address a little bit of it, through a restaurant.
Okay, so our solution is unique in that we will allow our employees a wide range of employment options with a wide range of skill sets. So depending on what they're initially interested in, they could be working in the kitchen, serving customers directly, or working with management to make financial and managerial decisions. By empowering them with a high level of responsibility, we hope to instill a high level of care and motivation in each of our employees. So we defined our target market entry as the college campus of Ann Arbor for several reasons. Aside from knowing the climate well here and feeling that a restaurant could do very well, Sam has just told you that Washtenaw County has the highest rate of inmates leaving and returning to prison. And Ann Arbor is a very prominent city in Washtenaw County with a very high homeless rate. So we wanted to create a solution to this problem at the very source of the problem. When we look at who our potential customers are, the population of Ann Arbor is 115,000, 42,000 of which are students at the University of Michigan. We think that there's no need to segment this population by income or race, but rather you want to target those customers who are seeking fresh and quick meals on campus. Our direct competitors are those who have similar value propositions to ours, and we see these as such restaurants as Afternoon Delight, Bird's Cafe, Jimmy John's. These people promise quick service, good food, and many are very accessible on campus. However, we will be better than these competitors and differentiate ourselves from them through several channels. First, we want to advertise and market our social cause in order to invoke a lot of support from the Ann Arbor community, and we think that we can do that very successfully. We also want to join the market for those seeking fast meals, but not just fast meals. We want to make good food for these people. We also feel that we as students know aesthetically what people want in Ann Arbor, and we hope to create an atmosphere that people want to go to and will enjoy going to with friends. So in order to get a short glimpse of who our customers actually are, we started the customer discovery process by conducting a short survey which received 100 responses. During the survey, we saw that most people eat lunch and dinner out 1 to 2 times a week, spending around $6 to $10. So we hope to be able to price in that range in order to be competitive on campus. We also asked how fast or how hurried are you during these meals? 60% of people responded that they are slightly rushed, and a good majority, 35%, said yes, I am extremely rushed while eating meals on campus. So we hope to fulfill their needs by creating a fast and good meal on campus. We also asked them if given the option, on a scale of 1 to 5, how much would you like the option for a salad bar on campus? And a resounding majority, 43%, said that they, yes, would like this option. We also wanted to make sure that they would support our social cause. Are people comfortable receiving meals from ex-prisoners or homeless? And we were very glad to see that a good majority were very willing to support such an enterprise. So given these facts, we are better able to define our customers as someone who is looking for a fast, healthy meal, moderately inexpensive, somewhere on campus. And this helped us start defining our business model campus.
So in essence, by empowering these marginalized people with employment skills and also life skills, we'll be able to provide Ann Arbor with fresh, quick, healthy meals. And in order for that to happen, there are 2 things that would really help us in terms of increasing our chance for success and also mitigating some risks. The first of those 2 things are the economic incentives to help these marginalized people. Because it's such a big problem in Michigan, currently there's $2 billion devoted in the budget to the Department of Corrections. And also the issue of homelessness causes around maybe almost $1.9 billion as well as a strain. And so together we're talking about a $4 billion problem for the state of Michigan. And so one of the economic incentives that there are to kind of defray these costs are that there's a tax credit if you hire some of these at-risk employees. There's a $2,400 tax credit that comes for each employee. And additionally, for depending on how many hours that employee works, there's another possible $2,400 in tax credits. So we believe that these tax credits can kind of help us to be competitive on a financial level. Also, there's a federal bonding program, which gives us free insurance up to $25,000 per employee, so that if there's any sort of employee theft or dishonesty, we're covered up to that. And the federal government provides that for free if your employee qualifies for the tax credit. And so those are some of the economic incentives that we have, and as Michigan continues to support those things, we believe that they will help us to make us financially viable. And the second thing that we depend on are the partnerships with agencies. And this partnership spans with various organizations, the first of which is called the MPRI, which is the Michigan Prisoner Reentry Initiative. And this initiative, what it does is it wants to do the same thing that we're doing. So what it does is it takes prisoners while they're in prison, equips them, trains them with some skills, whether it's food services or parts inspections, and it goes through the screening process for us. It filters out prisoners, it chooses prisoners who apply so that they're motivated themselves to want to work. It gives them these skills, they're drug screened, and so these are the people that we're looking to provide and refer people to us so that we know the prisoners we get already have at least that first level of screening. And as well, they will pay for the first month of training so that for every person that comes our way, we'll have a month of training to see, oh, is this someone that we could work with? Is this someone who fits into our environment? Secondly, with homelessness, we're hoping to partner with other organizations, such as the Shelter Association, and so hopefully in the same way, they can refer to us people that they feel are qualified, who want to re-enter society, but are having difficulty finding a job. And the second types of relationships that we'll be building are with local food providers, or farmers. So we want to not only have this idea of sustainability for marginalized people so that they can continue to succeed personally, but we want to even invoke this sense of sustainability for the environment. So we're hoping, as we're thinking about local produce, fresh produce, we're going to partner with farmers, many of which who we talked to earlier because we were talking about starting something maybe with prisoners on farms. And so we have some of these connections already. And finally, our connections with the community. And as we said earlier, we want to be involved with what's happening in Ann Arbor, with student organizations. So after hours, we want our place to be somewhere where if a student organization needs to have a meeting, there's somewhere where they can rent towers, there's somewhere where they can meet. So we want to be very integrated in this whole aspect of community development. And so those are the 3 relationships that we feel are vital to the success of our project. And also, there's a relationship with the customers, right? So as a normal business, as a normal restaurant, most of our revenue will be coming in from our customers. And we hope that as we provide these fresh, local food and healthy food, that they will in turn provide the revenue. And so we hope that in both ways, that all of the parties will be benefiting.
So how far have we come? We began on this project about a month and a half ago after folding its Trace database, and I would like to say that we have made a lot of progress. We restarted the brainstorming process to figure out what is our group interested in. We kind of got lost in the shuffle on our last project in terms of what we could actually physically do hands-on. So by redoing the brainstorming process, we came up with new problem statements and then conducted secondary research on those statements to figure out where can we actually impact change which is related to our interests. From there, we have just now started our customer discovery and drafting our business model canvas. If we were to continue with this venture, we see our next steps throughout the spring and summer, customer validation. Who are our actual customers? What do they actually want? Figuring out more of those details, and then through the rest of the summer, creating more networks, getting to know more people, and then as school started in the fall, we would hopefully begin completing our business model canvas. However, all of our members have previously committed to jobs or some sort of schooling this summer, so we don't see continuing on this project this summer. However, we do see a need for this in our current location, and we do see a place for such a restaurant in our market. In terms of this class as a whole, looking back on social entrepreneurship, we have learned numerous things. First, the necessity for passion in your venture. We realized that we wanted to really help people on our last venture for Trace Data, but how much could we viably do really restricted how motivated we were for our project. We also were very lucky to have a team that got along very well. We've been working together since last November, and we realized that good teamwork and accountability within teams is the only thing that's going to keep an enterprise going, especially if you're completely in control of it. And lastly, we have had tremendous success with people helping us that we did not know at all. We just simply asked for help. So getting out there, asking people for questions, asking them for assistance, people are generally very receptive to that, and it's been a very rewarding process in that way. And that is everything. If you have any questions.